welcome back. We got a lot of updates today. We're going to check the Italian hive, which hasn't been open in 2 weeks. We're going to see their progress on that lower box. Hopefully we're going to get a second box on today. We're going to open up Hive Right, and we're going to check on the queen that we put in a week ago, and we're going to see if there are eggs in there. If there are eggs and she's laying, we are going to put on a second box for them to get started in. We're also going to check on Hive Left, and we're going to see if they need supers. That's the plan today. All right, where to start? We should start with the queen. Let's check out Hive Right. All right, how much syrup in a week? Whoa, there we go. They're back. It probably took 3/4 of this. All right, I am sorry to disturb you. I just need to make sure your queen is queening. Well, we do have a sealed queen cup. There's a sealed queen cell there. That's nice. That's new. Okay, interesting. Let's see what is going on in here with our queen that we put in. Could have some drama in here. Okay, they filled this with nectar. It's all nectar. Cage is empty. There's a lot more capped brood on this than when I put it in. When I put this in, this side was all eggs. All right, they're making more queen cells over here. There's 3 queen cells right there. So this is the frame I put in last week. The fresh brood that I put in. And there were eggs on it, and they immediately made queen cells around the eggs. All right, I'm looking for a queen. They filled the rest of that frame with nectar. Looking for evidence. There she is. That's the new queen. Wow, she's fat. Looking good. They've backfilled all these empty cells with nectar. She's looking for a place to lay. Let's see if we can find some eggs. All right, every empty cell has got nectar in it. All right, they need another box. They're backfilled with nectar here. Closing everything up here. There's definitely a queen out. There is a capped queen cell. All right, the queen is out, but once again, I don't see any eggs, but I think that's because there's no space to lay. Oh, look, we got hive beetle larvae. I think that's hive beetle larva. So, bye-bye hive beetle larva. All right, I'm gonna do a little rearranging of frames here and give them some new frames to dry out so the queen will have a place to lay. That's a brood frame that's also full of nectar. I'm gonna move this one up top. Queen is on this frame. I'm gonna leave her right in the bottom. I'm gonna take this frame of brood up to the top. I'm doing a little pyramiding here. Some empty frames in the bottom, in the middle here, for them to start drawing out. They got enough bees in here. Okay, queen is here. So they got 1, 2, 3 new frames undrawn. Right in the middle on the hive on the bottom. Up here, we've got 2 frames of brood. And we've got, now this is my question. Do I just let this go? This little queen cell here? Let the queen deal with it? That's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna put this up top and see if the queen comes up and deals with it. Okay, so down here we have 8 frames. This is honey, 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 empty, 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 and then these are brood down here. The queen is on this frame here. Up here we've got all empty frames and 3 brood frames in the middle. And we'll see what they do. I should probably feed them some fresh nectar. Checking the Italians, which have been closed for 2 weeks. Yep, they have all, all the syrup. Definitely a lot more bees in here. Yee-hoo! It was not looking good about a month ago, and even 2 weeks ago, they were only on, there was only brood on 2.5 frames. All right, still no eggs over here. Looking for eggs. Storing nectar here. I guess they have not progressed as far as I thought. There's more bees though, that's the thing. There's just a lot more bees in here. All right, this is a very heavy frame. That's all nectar. And larvae. Tons of larvae in here. There we go. That's the Italian queen I remember right there. That pattern. Beautiful. All right, with all this brood, I think they're about to have a huge population boost. There she is. She is doing her job. Look at her go. So 2 weeks ago there was 2.5 frames of brood, and about 4 weeks ago I was thinking of pinching her, so I was wrong about that. Thank you for telling me to wait. There's all eggs on this side. This is all eggs here. I'm going to give them a new box because they're about to have a big population boost when all this brood hatches. Let's get that ready now. I got all pulled combs, so they don't have to pull anything. They just have to start, she just has to start filling it up. All right, I'm not gonna fully pyramid this, but I want to bring a few frames of brood up top. I'm gonna just stack the brood. That frame of brood and this heavy frame of brood and nectar. Okay, so the majority of the brood is right over here, and I've stacked that brood over here. So now we have brood on top of brood. On this side of the box. All right, so the Italian hive just got a second brood box. I put some brood on the top here for them to move up into because they're about to have a huge explosion in population. A lot of pollen coming into this hive. Looking great. Okay, last hive. All right, here we are at Hive Left. Not much syrup. The original plan with this hive was this was going to be the flow hive. So we'll see what happens today. Wow. This hive is full. Right, that's all nectar. Just got me. That one hurt. That one was actually painful. Ouch. Wow, that hurt. Ow. All right, that wasn't so bad. Okay, this box is very full. Just gonna have a quick look down at the bottom. That is a heavy box. Nice. Wow. Gonna check these frames that I put in a week ago, no, 2 weeks ago. And they were just being drawn out. Last week there was brood on these 2 frames. This one was just being drawn out. So I'm just gonna check that one out. See where they are. See if I can just catch a glimpse of the queen or some eggs. Nectar and pollen. Getting all drawn out. Nectar and pollen, that's all that is. Just want to see if I see any eggs. Look at that brood. Yep, eggs. We got eggs and larvae. Capped brood. That's number 2 today. This hive is very full. I'm closing these girls up. God. That's 3. Getting hammered today. All right, I'm putting you all back. All right, well, Hive Left is definitely got some energy. 3 hand stings today. Okay, so I have a change of idea here. I was going to put the flow frames on here, but I changed my mind. 2 reasons. One, we are not in a heavy nectar flow right now. If I put the flow frames on here, I think the bees are going to probably come up, they might explore them, they might try and complete the cells, they might just hang out. There's really not going to be another flow around here until September when the goldenrod comes out. So the other reason I want to not put the flow hive on is because what we really need right now is we need some new comb pulled in this box and the other box. This hive is going so strong right now. I think what I'm going to do today is put a 3rd level on here. No queen excluder. It's not a super. The intention is to get them to draw out some more comb and maybe even get some more brood up at a 3rd level. If we can get a 3rd level of brood in here, I'm going to start splitting frames and putting them in the other hive to build that hive up as well. And if they just draw out the frames, what I really want to do is swap out the comb that came with the nucs, because that stuff is disgusting. It's in there, it's all blown out, it's dark black. It needs to be changed. So what I'm going to do is take another deep with 8, it's the plastic stuff, but it's coated in wax, so it's kind of pre-coated. And they seem to be doing great on that with this other stuff I put in there. So the idea here is to get 8 new frames drawn out. Then I will swap out frames with the crappy comb that's in there and the crappy comb that came in the other hive. We're not going to get any honey in the next month or so. I'm going to continue feeding them for another week or so and see if I can get them to just draw these out. That's the idea. All right, so we have a 3rd level, brand new frames with plastic foundation coated with wax. I'm also going to take the reducer off of the big heavy hive here. Okay, so it's a day of expansion today. All the hives seem to be doing great. The report on Hive Right. The queen is out of her cage. She is going all over the frames. She didn't have a lot of room to lay eggs because the bees have been filling all the cells with the syrup. So I added another level. I pyramided the frames. Hopefully they can start drawing some comb and she can start laying in the new frames. There's also a queen cell that is capped. I don't know if it's a supersedure deal, but it is a capped queen cell in the middle of the frame on Hive Right. Hive Left is totally booming. It is jam full. I got 3 stings. The decision was to give them a 3rd brood box, see if they can draw out some comb, because I need some drawn frames and some brood. I really want to get rid of all the crappy comb that was in there from the nucs. Those nucs that came here, they're just been kind of bad news from the beginning. They're black comb, I had a broken frame, there's hive beetles in there. I really just want to get rid of it. So I want to get some new comb pulled by my bees As they pull new comb, I'm going to swap out the old frames, the old crappy comb. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to try and use this hive as an engine to build some comb. If they build some extra comb and some brood, I'm going to put some of these frames also in the other hive to build them up, and then we're going to have, I really just want to get strong hives in this bee yard. Get ready for the fall flow and then to get ready for winter. So I'm going to spend July just trying to build brood, build hives. Italian hive, a lot more bees than there were. She's laying on now, I think, 4.5 frames or so. She was on 2.5 frames 2 weeks ago, so expanding rapidly. I put another level on, all pulled comb already. So I'm not even gonna give them syrup. I'm gonna let them forage and let her continue to lay. I am gonna bring up syrup for the 2 Russian hives. I want them to continue pulling comb, and I want them to think there's a flow, and I want those queens to just keep laying eggs, because I want them to build, build, build. So that's the plan. That's what's going on. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in about a week. You gonna say it?
Cut, and so we'll see you in a week.
See you in a week.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.